up, guys? It's your boy Forever One Wheel. So we're out here gonna get some Sunday practice before we get back to work tomorrow. Luckily we just found this new fucking lot. Looks like it's under construction. Looks a little wavy over there, but I mean, we'll try it out. We'll see how she works out. Just gonna get a little wheelie session in today, just practice on my regular shit, maybe work on trying to drop back a little bit. But yeah, we got the dyno running. She's been pretty good to me. Good old girl. She's just got a leaky fork seal I gotta fix, but it's all good. Yeah, so we're just gonna get a little practice session in, test out this new lot, see how she goes. Haven't really been riding too much because my new job this summer is pretty busy and taking a lot of my free time compared to my last job. So we're trying to make it work though, you know what I mean? We're trying to still come out here and keep the dream alive of getting really good at this, you know? I mean, fuck, it's all you can do, boys. I just may have stumbled on a little jackpot here. What the? Oh, this is pretty tight, not gonna lie. No way. Oh, dude, this is sick. I can't believe I found this. I haven't been down here in a while. I used to fucking ride down here a lot, and you know, I haven't been down here in a hot minute. Used to practice on this road right here. This was all just like farmland, but it looks like, let's do some exploring here. Looks like we got a nice new wheelie spot for the meantime on weekends till she gets fully built. Hopefully they don't put any islands in here and it just stays nice and wide open like this. That'd be dope. Yeah, no idea what this building's gonna be, but yeah, this looks like a fucking big old lot, boys. But yeah, I used to practice mostly on this road right here. It looks like they repaved it, because it was pretty beat up before. But yeah, this is tight. Not gonna lie, it's a lot closer to my house too than my other lot. I had a nice spot that was like 2 minutes from my house, and unfortunately we got busted there. Some old guy tried to hit me with his car and the cops came and shit. It was pretty crazy, so I don't go there anymore just because I'm not trying to heat myself out. But yeah, got a car coming down there. Yeah, this is pretty dope. Hopefully we can use this for a while before anybody comes and tries to ruin the fun. But yeah, man, so as of right now, I just haven't been riding too much. Been busy with work, busy with life. Growing up, time gets a little bit more scarce, but I mean, that's no excuse. You just gotta make do with what you can, right? But yeah, we're still out here trying to get these down pat. My last job, I didn't work like long hours like I do now. Actually, I still don't even work that crazy hours. It's just the drive back takes up a lot of my day, right? So sketchy. I mean, for me they're sketchy because, like, honestly, this is my first bike, my Dyna. I've never never owned anything else before this. I rode BMX bike and then my BMX bikes, and then just went straight to a dyna once I stumbled upon a page that I saw dudes doing wheelies on Harleys, and I was like, holy shit, this is crazy. I don't know why, my dyna feels like it's pulling hard to the left a lot, or to the right a lot. Yeah, so really trying to focus on holding it good and balance point and whatnot with all the throttle control. For those of you that wheelie Harleys, you obviously know these bikes, they have so much engine brake, like you can go a little bit past balance point, and if you chop it, chances are it'll come back down. They're pretty forgiving compared to you know, compared to most bikes out there. People wheelie, like a 2-stroke dirt bike, for example, will fall back a lot faster, you know. Sit-down wheelies are still kind of weird for me. Like, I still chase them out a little bit every now and then. Sometimes I can really lock them in if the parking lot's flat, but I really just gotta get over that fear of learning to drop back. Like I said, this is my first bike. This is what I learned to wheelie on, which is not ideal. Like, if you want to learn how to wheelie, you're better off buying, like, you know, a little pit bike, like a 110, or you know, just like a dirt bike and practicing on grass, whatever, you know what I mean? Something that's going to be low risk. You can wear, you know, like if I dump this thing, it's a lot of money, you know what I mean? If you dump a dirt bike, like it's obviously not that bad compared to dumping a Harley that you have a lot of money into, you know what I mean? Because as you guys know, like, modding these things ain't fucking cheap, that's for sure. So it's the first wheelie session this week. A little rusty, but you know, we're out here. Yeah, so like I was saying, you know what I mean, these Harleys, man, they're a lot of money and you don't want to dump them, right? But I mean, I'm sure it's gonna happen at one point or another. You're in this game long enough, it fucking happens to you, right? So it's kind of something you just have to accept while you're you know, in this wheelie game. But yeah, right now just trying to get that practice in, trying to learn how to drop back. So it's a big mental battle for me, because, like, you know, it's just a weird feeling, you know. If you've never done it before, you don't really know what to expect, right? So for example, I can get her up to balance point pretty good. Posting, you know what I mean? But it's that little blip of the throttle that I gotta do and get that rear brake down pat to save me so I don't panic, you know? So I've been working on that a lot. Progress has been slow, but I mean, we're doing what we can. And there's a car coming, don't know if that's security or something, but I guess we'll see. Anyways, yeah, so ideally, like I said, I should have bought a 110 or something like that, but instead I didn't do that. I just said fuck it and was just, you know, trying to wheelie this thing. And honestly, I've been pretty fortunate. It's gone pretty good for me, knock on wood, so far. But like I said, there's always that chance you could go down, and you gotta be willing to pay that price, you know, because that's just what happens in the game. You know, even the pros do it. Like, I just watched the video of CJ Barham the other day ripping his glide, and you know, just fucking sometimes you just lose it, you know what I mean? Or like, you get malfunction, whatever happens, you know, sometimes shit just happens. You can be the best rider in the world, you know. It's like, I would say it's like a fighting sport, you know what I mean? Everybody always says somebody's gonna beat somebody up, but it's a fighting sport. You just never know what's gonna happen. Anybody can get knocked out at any time, no matter how good you are, you know? So I'm really tempted to just like ride through the building right now, but I'm probably not gonna do that in case they have fucking motion sensors or something. I'm trying to resist the urge. But yeah. So anyways, little road glide update too. That thing's going pretty slow. We're still waiting on the exhaust. The exhaust is back ordered still. I ordered it like 2 months ago, threw down a deposit. The Sony 2-in-1 shorty pipe. Still on back order. Kind of cheesed about it, but at the same time I'm like, yo, it is what it is. You know, it's giving me some extra time to save for the cam chest that I need to buy for that bike too. Oh. Yeah, this parking lot's a little bit wavy over here. It's kind of tripping me out. But yeah, it's giving me a little bit of time to you know, save up for the cam chest conversion that I got to do on the road glide, just because, you know, those early model Dynas and road glides, they all come with the shitty spring loaded tensioners, and you definitely want to get rid of those as soon as possible, you know, especially if it's a high mileage bike, which my road glide is, unfortunately, but I got it for a good price, so about the road glide build. Honestly, like, I've always wanted a road glide. I thought they were a badass bike, just with the fairing, you know what I mean? It looks fucking so sick, and you know, I'm a bigger dude too, so I'll probably look a lot more proportionate riding a road glide than I will on my Dyna. Everybody always tells me like I look massive riding this thing and that I make it look like a pit bike, but honestly it's so crazy because every time I ride this bike I still feel like it's a big bike. Like every time I sit on this thing it still feels like a big bike, you know? Yeah, man, this is my fourth season now on the old Dyna, and honestly I couldn't be more happy about it. Honestly, I love this sport. It's honestly great. It's opened so many doors for me. I've been able to visit places that not a lot of people would go to or be able to go if they didn't have a Harley Davidson or a motorcycle in general. You know, the amount of people I've met because of this sport and what I'm doing, it's been awesome. Honestly, you know, it honestly gave me a big purpose in life. And for a little bit there while I was at my old job, I was machining some little parts here, like this points cover. I made one for a buddy. This is actually his company, One Wheel Mafia. So I put his logo in there and gave him one for his birthday there. He was pretty appreciative of it. Actually gave me the hoodie I'm wearing right now. Well, yeah, that's one thing I made, and made that air cleaner cover, but I definitely want to refine that a little bit because that's not what I want it to look like in the future. Also did some small stuff like, as you can see, the shifter linkage. Did this derby cover right here. Great for learning drift because you just replace the dowel in here and it doesn't eat through your primary, it'll just eat through this plastic instead. So yeah, that was a good one to end up making. And honestly, it was pretty simple. I made all the dimensions and everything from scratch. I basically just took like an old derby cover that was on here and got all the dimensions and then figured out all the thicknesses and everything to run the bolts and whatnot. Yeah, I've seen there's a couple other people that make those actually. There's Kraus or Cross, I don't know how you pronounce those guys, but they make one. But honestly, it was like $500, and it was literally, in my opinion, the most garbage looking thing I've ever seen. Like the slider, none of this was beefy looking. It looked like it would snap the first time you laid it down, honestly. Like I couldn't believe the price on it. And then I saw Cruzy Originals design, which is basically what I modeled this off of, but I just changed it a little bit so it didn't look too similar to theirs. But unfortunately, there's only so much you can change, you know. But like on theirs, they definitely have some nice engraving and whatnot, and some detail around here. And I just wanted to keep mine nice and simple, and just wanted it more for doing the job. But yeah, so shout out to those guys. They definitely make a solid one. And yeah, so I figured out all the dimensions after I got all the diameters and whatnot, and just started testing them out, and it's honestly been working great. Like I couldn't be more pleased with it. But yeah, the dyno is still pretty much the same as the bike check. Oh yeah, I was doing these I did the old riser bushings as well. Those were pretty solid. I couldn't justify paying like $70 for a pair of these when I could literally just make them for free, honestly. Like the aluminum was literally not even like $5 to pump these out. Like if you have a CNC machine, a CNC lathe, you can literally zip these off so fast, it's not even funny. Once you make the program and the CAD and everything for it, you could just zip them off. And the profit margins, honestly, I've realized on a lot of the stuff that people buy for Harleys is insane. Like just insane, honestly. Like, you know what I mean? Like for example, these bushings here, like I'm saying, they were literally not that much on aluminum, or sorry, in aluminum, and like they're selling them out there for like $80, you know. And like same with the dirt or the timing cover over here. Like those things, you know, they're pretty simple to make, and honestly, like easy money, you know what I mean? But yeah, this dyno, she's been my baby since 2021. That's when I picked it up. I got it March 25th, I believe it was. Pretty much rode it that whole summer normally till about August that summer, and then I don't know what got into me, but I just decided to try starting to pop it up, and kind of started getting more confident with it. And eventually, like, you know, I did not hit balance point at all though that first year. I was definitely chasing them out for a while. It wasn't until about my second year of riding where I really really made some improvements. Like I learned how to knee knock wheelie, I learned how to like step plate stand wheelie, seat standers, and you know, hold everything balance point pretty well. And I was pretty dialed in that season. And then the third season, last season, I didn't really practice too much, just was busy with other priorities in life. And you know, I kind of stayed stagnant. And this summer right now, I'm trying to break that cycle, because you know, I don't like to stay stagnant. I like to keep improving. And unfortunately, like not unfortunately, but you know, the point with this sport and anything else in life, like you don't want to stay at the same point until you like master everything, obviously, you know. And I'm not at the point where I've mastered everything. I still got a lot to learn, so I'm really trying to push it this year and hopefully be able to drop this thing back before the end of the summer, and try to earn that chopped fender, you know, because right now I'm rocking RWD rear fender because my old one cracked and I had to replace it. So I'm just trying to learn how to scrape this one a little bit, and then once we start doing that, I'll eventually chop it and put a tie plate or something so I could do scrapes and whatnot. But we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I'm really interested in getting the bagger going too. Hopefully I can ride that a couple times this summer and get a feel for wheeling that. It's gonna be pretty crazy, honestly. You know, sitting on the bagger, it feels like a way bigger bike, but honestly I don't think it's much different than a Dyna, to be honest. Like I got rid of a lot of a lot of the extra garbage in it that I wasn't going to use. I converted it to carb. If you haven't seen those videos yet, they're on my YouTube. Not the greatest quality, I'm trying to work on that, but for now it's what I got. I've been doing it on my phone. Finally just picked up this GoPro actually too that I'm making this video on right now, but I still got to get an internal mic for it and whatnot, because right now I'm just using the external mic on it, and I'm sure it's probably not that great with the wind in the air right now, and just we'll see later when I check out the video, chop it all up on my phone. But yeah, anyways, let's just get some more practice in and see how she goes. By the way, this is the 2007 Dyna. So yeah, she's been pretty good, fuel injected. She's getting up there though in the miles. We're probably gonna have to do a little rebuild, refresh on her soon. I definitely want to do a Timken bottom end and make that all solid. Probably send out all my stuff to J Precision there in Montreal, and hopefully I'm sure they'll take care of me, do everything proper. I was thinking going dark horse and whatnot, but apparently you don't really have to. You know, your stock crank, as long as you get it welded, balanced, and whatever, should be good enough. So I think that's the route I'm gonna go, just because I'm not made of money. But you know, maybe on the bagger we'll go balls to the wall on a little build, but for now this year we're keeping her a little simple. Drop this thing back is such a mental battle right now for me. I'm really trying to do it, but it's, like I said, I'm just trying to do it in knee knocker first so I can get the feel, because sit down feels scary. It feels like you're upside down. Make sure you're on that brake too. Chopping it, and we kind of get in that point a little bit, but I still gotta blip the throttle a little more to get farther back, because honestly, like, you know, right now my forks are at 3 o'clock and that's balance point, and I'm trying to slowly like inch my way back there, but tell me, man, it's scary. It's scary, dude. I'm out here like, shit, what's gonna happen, you know? High-sided her, boys. Yo, it looks pretty eerie inside that factory right now, not gonna lie. It's like a scary movie. Damn, this shit grips. I mean, it's fresh asphalt, so it makes sense, but looks like they just paved this not too long ago. Get these Larrys back on lock too, man. Those things are slacking. I had them last year pretty good, and then now I'm like back at square one again, so I gotta really put the practice in. Just gotta make more time, gotta stay hungry. If you're not staying hungry, you're pretty much shooting yourself in the foot with anything in life. Try her on the concrete here and see how she likes it. See if there's no nails. A little bit slippery here, but come on, bro. Get her going. though, once you're good at wheelies, like none of that shit fucking matters, because you know how to control your bike. But for me, I'm doing everything basically throttle control right now. Like I practice using my rear brake when I'm up there just to set it down, but I'm still haven't learned how to catch it with the rear brake. You know, gotta get that going, because it's super important. Once you learn that rear brake control, you can basically wheelie any bike and drop back any bike you want. Not a good wheelie. That was completely chased, didn't pop it up high enough. Thing with these dynas and any Harley, you gotta pop them up as fast as you can, get the RPMs as low as you can while you're high up in a wheelie, because then you have more room to play with and you can drop it back, slow it down, etc, etc. Because these bikes are just so heavy, you can't chase them out, honestly, unless you have like a build motor or something. But I don't know, I'm pretty sure even those guys aren't chasing them out. Always make sure you gas it too right before you come down. You don't want to come down hard on these things, because it's just not good for them, you know. Especially if you don't have a case saver or a chopper house, motor mount, or big bear choppers, whatever suits your needs. I think Vulgar USA makes them nice now too. Actually, I think their design's probably the most superior, because it's all one piece. It's not welded anymore. Like the chopper house ones are welded. Same with the big bear choppers ones. So there's always a chance that it could crack. But if you get the Vulgar USA ones, which are all just one piece, you know, you're not going to break those for sure. Yeah, so with these Harleys, you know you're in a nice sweet spot of balance point. When your forks are at like 3 o'clock, you know, and you're holding it there nicely. And also the motor's purring, you know what I mean? If you look at your RPMs, if they're still going up, you're chasing, plain and simple, you know what I mean? But when you're locked in, you'll see that your RPMs still aren't climbing and whatnot, right? They're at a nice steady state, kind of like when you're just cruising. Like if I'm just going like this, right? They're staying still, but if they keep going up, you know you're chasing your wheelie. So that's something to keep in mind. Yeah, I'm really itching to drop this thing back this year, man, because it's been pissing me off, to be quite honest with you. And you know, unfortunately, when it comes to progress, you know, you get there when you get there, right? You can get there fast, you get there slower. It just depends how hungry you want it, right? Or how hungry you are and how bad you want it. So right now, you know, I'm trying to fire that up in myself again. But just also trying to have fun with it too, you know, and just try to enjoy and realize that like it ain't a race against anybody else, you know, which I totally understand too. I'm not really in competition with anybody else, honestly. Like everybody that rides that's really good at wheelies around here, they're all miles ahead of me and way better, you know what I mean? Like all the Forever One Wheel, or not Forever One Wheels, Forever North crew boys, like those guys are fucking killer at wheelies, you know what I mean? And all the One Wheel boys too, those guys are really sick at wheelies too, you know what I mean? And I've never felt any form of competition or like, you know, against them. If anything, they've inspired me to like want to get really good, you know what I mean? And couldn't thank those two crews enough, because they really have a big how can I say, influence on me in the sport and whatnot. So honestly, yeah, just seeing those boys do good and whatnot just makes me want to get better at the sport, just so if I ever go ride with them and whatnot, you know, whenever they're practicing and stuff, I can actually, you know, be on the same level as them and kind of make it where it's more fun, you know, because it's different when people are on different levels, you know what I mean? Like, I'd be able to, you know, be like, oh, yo, let's try this trick, or let's try to nail this trick down, you know what I mean? You can't really do that when you're still fresh, you know? So I'm just trying to get to a good level where, you know, I'm on par with a lot of other people. And for honestly, just for myself too, you know, like I want to keep progressing with the sport, right? Like I don't want to stay stagnant and like not get better at this and only get, you know, because honestly, dropping back wheelies is the next step for me for this, because from there I'm going to be able to do hand drags, one-handers, you know what I mean? Like I can do one-handers right now, but they're not consistent, you know what I mean? And I'm still like not holding them for as long as I want to, versus like if I were to do one-handers like dropping back and whatnot, you can just control those all day long, to the point where like guys are pulling out cell phones and doing selfies and shit like that, right? But it's all about confidence and practice, right? So that's what I'm trying to do, is get the drop back this season, and yeah. Down that hard. I tried to take off the hand there, but I wasn't in a sweet spot for it. This parking lot, it's nice that I found a new parking lot, but this thing's like definitely not flat. It's got some waves, and I don't even know if you guys can see that in the camera, but it feels weird when you're going over them during the wheelie. That puddle of water. Stalder boys. But yeah, as you can see, here's a good example of the derby cover in work there. If that wasn't there, I would definitely be scraping my primary, and those are expensive. So I'd rather replace a little piece of, you know, $10 plastic than a whole primary cover. Whew. But yeah, I think that's all for today. Quick little vid. I'm gonna probably practice some more, but I'm probably gonna shut off the camera. Maybe go to another spot. If I go to another spot, I'll turn her back on. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video and the commentary, and hopefully you can hear something in this video.